Alright, boys and girls, we're working on the 08 F250 with the 6.4 power stroke in it again today. We're going to be doing the coolant filter. We're going to be installing the Sinister Diesel 08 through 2010 coolant filter. I'm sure they've got a part number on this somewhere. I'll show that somewhere in the video. I'll also put a link down in the description where you can go buy this thing. They are well worth their weight in gold. Thank you for driving by while I'm shooting video with your no muffler having piece of shit. Anyway, so first step, we're going to get the instructions out of the box. Oh, no, wait, I've already got them. We're going to get the instructions and we're going to throw them the hell out. Real men don't need instructions. Just kidding, I need those because I don't know what I'm doing. So, first step, disconnect batteries. We need to disconnect the batteries. Then drain coolant. Yeah, we're not going to do that today. I'm going to show you a way to do it without draining the coolant because that shit is expensive. Use a 13/16 or adjustable wrench to install quarter turn ball valves. Yeah, obviously it wants me to put the, as in the picture, it wants me to put the ball valves into the filter head there. Get that ready for installation. Most of the pieces on the parts kit, like ball valves, you can see them right there hopefully, already have sealant on them. When you get your kit, if it has that shit on it, like it most likely will, do not install thread tape on that. The only thing you should be installing thread tape on is, it would help if I opened this and showed you, but there's a 90-degree elbow in here that doesn't have any shit on it. You can put thread tape on that, and they give you a whole roll of thread tape in there. If you watched my unboxing video, you saw how happy I was about that. Sinister Diesel did a really good job of putting this kit together. So there's that 190 in there that needs thread tape. Other than that, I don't see any other fitting in there that's going to need it. Yeah, that's it. Full roll of thread tape for 190-degree fitting. So we're going to go step by step. I'm going to show you step by step, and we're going to get this stuff done. And then I need to go to Lowe's because I'm building a shed. So we're going to move hurriedly and quickly with a little task and purpose here. So yeah, I'm going to get the tools together to disconnect the battery, and then now that you guys have an outstanding view of my stomach, I'll scoot back a little bit. I actually got close to the camera like that so I could show you the instructions with my badass farm truck in the background. But yeah, let me get the tools together and we'll get started on this. Alright guys, got the tool. It's supposed to be a 8mm socket, which I have right here. You'll need a deep one because the bolts are just a little bit long for a short socket. But something that I'm going to include in the video, a little PSA, a little Ford service manual information. I started to disconnect the batteries and then I went, you know, these are in parallel. I really don't want to screw something up. Let me look real quick. And Ford suggests, or Ford tells you, that if you're going to disconnect both batteries, to take the negative posts off first and then both positive posts. So just a little cheap information for you. I don't know what you could screw up, but I know electricity going where it's not supposed to, or electricity going the wrong way, is a bad thing. So I'm going to go ahead and do what Ford tells me to do, and I'm going to disconnect both blacks first, both negatives first, and then both positives next. So yeah, just thought I'd include that in the video because I know it's stupid and it may be really stupid to some people, but there's some people out there that may not know and may ask a question, and this will save them the time. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Alright, boys and girls, both batteries are disconnected. The cable is very, very thick, so it tries to go back down there, and I'm definitely going to clean that nasty mess off. But there's a little trick to keep it from going back down and touching the positive battery post and reconnecting itself without you knowing. But where's the instructions? Where's the instructions? Oh Jesus! Yeah, I guess I probably rookie YouTuber mistakes. Okay, so next step, we're gonna set that right there. Next step, drain coolant. Yeah, we're not doing that shit. And step after that is to build the damn Oklahoma weather. Build the filter head. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, guys. So normally I would tell you not to use an adjustable wrench or a Ford wrench for shit like this, but I can't find my 20 millimeter, and I just want to get this done. So I believe 20 millimeter is what you need to hold on to the ball valves and such. So this is what you're gonna need to assemble this step. Is the ball valves, the 90, and the straight fitting. So it should look like, let me face it the way it faces in the instructions for you. Should look like this when you are done. Just like that. Put together, of course, but that's how it should look. I'm going to give this plug a turn or two and make sure that it's in there nice and tight, because I really don't want to lose all my coolant and not know it until it starts overheating. But this bad boy goes in her, if I can get it to go in her. There we go. And this bad boy goes in her. And if at all possible, what we're going to do is we're going to try to get these valves to where they face down, because they'll be mounted in the truck like this. The truck will be here. We want these facing down so we don't have to reach up and over to get to them. So, dadgum friggin' wind. One thing about Oklahoma, boys and girls, we got enough wind for everybody. And it's gonna blow leaves all over my high-tech setup here. Drive me nuts. So we're gonna use this Ford wrench to hold on to the body. Well, maybe we'll use it like that. And we'll make sure this adjustable wrench is nice and tight, because the last thing we want to do is screw this up. Well, maybe not so tight. Actually, we're going to open this valve so that we can get some meat on this sucker. I think we're only going to get about one more turn out of it. Alright, so that part's installed. Now we'll turn that valve. Actually, we want the valves closed at the start anyway, so how interesting is this for video, right? Hey Mom, look, that guy's putting he's screwing. So we're gonna get about one more turn on this bad boy. Get on around now. Give it just a. Alright. So now we need to tighten up the straight and the 90, which we want, just like the instructions say, we want this to be facing this way, and this is pretty obvious. Boys, I almost screwed up. That'd have been a leak right there. Where were y'all at on that? How come nobody said anything? Man. You guys are supposed to be watching me, keeping me from doing stupid shit, not because you want to learn anything, but just to keep me from doing dumb shit. I almost did some dumb shit. In essence, and in all honesty, thread tape doesn't really seal anything. It's mainly there as a lubricant to get the sealing surface down in there. I guess it kind of seals a little bit, but a long time ago an old timer told me that it doesn't actually seal anything. Well, I kind of want to go another 360, but I'm afraid I'm going to break this brass. Let's give it a try. Nope. I'm just going to leave it. So now this one's already got sealant on it. So we can just put her in there and call it a day. My clamping surfaces. And you know, if I would have been smart, and I just saw something that's going to piss me off, if I would have been smart, I would have put a rag over that fancy aluminum to keep it from marring the aluminum with my 4 wrench there, but I didn't. And now there's marks on top of it, but it's going to be under the truck. And to be completely honest, we don't buy this shit for looks. So I really don't give a shit. And now my valve turned, but that's okay. I'm alright with it. No, I'm not. Generally not a real good idea to loosen back off something that you've tightened like this, but we're going to give it a try and results be damned. Okay, so now she's all, I don't know if y'all can see that. It's ready to go. That step has been completed. We're going to set that off to the side. And then what's next? Now we're going to disconnect all the sensors from the truck and remove the air box. And I'll show you how to do that right now, actually. So since it's windy out here in Oklahoma, I'm going to set that shit right there. Let's go disconnect some sensors, boys and girls. Alright. According to the instructions, we want to disconnect this plug right here, which is the air filter reminder, and the MAF sensor, mass airflow sensor. They're just pull the boop, that little red hoopty, pull it towards you, press down, and pull. This one's a little easier. Pry this towards you and pop it out. No big deal. And then for ease of removal, there's a clip right here. See it? You want to get a tool instead of trying to get behind there with your fingers. Pry that off and the wire loom comes off the box, because you're going to be taking that box out. And of course, this little nut right here to loosen the clamp so that we can take the whole air box out. So yeah, let me get that out and we'll see what we can do after that. So I kind of forgot I was videotaping this and went ahead and installed the block under the truck. So if you need a visual reference, right about where the window starts to go down, if you go straight down the truck, up and under, it goes right there. There's your sticker, your frame sticker if it's still there, and then you can see that ground strap and where the swing arm mount is back here. It's just behind the swing arm mount. It's a transmission brace where it goes up and mounts up here. That's where you mount it, right there. And then we made that 90 go forward on purpose. And then of course this one's already pointed that way. Don't let me forget to check this plug and make sure that thing's in there. I'll do that before the video's over. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to route mine down. And if you guys can see that little hole right there by the body mount, there's a hole that goes up and I can see daylight up there. So I think I'm going to mount mine through there to keep it away from the exhaust and everything else. Because the last thing you want is that to burn a hole in the exhaust, or the exhaust burn a hole in the hose, and then you push all your coolant out and overheat the sumbitch. So that's where we're at, boys. We're going to go up, cut the hoses. I hate cutting hoses because they're working just fine, but I'm about to cut them in half. So we're going to cut the hoses and see what we can do. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the hoses are mounted down below. I'll show that here in a second. But I have cut my hose. I'm ready to install this T-fitting right there. I don't know if y'all can see that. The big blue T-fitting. If you look back in the back, there's the top hose. See where my hand's touching the top? I got black gloves on, so it's kind of hard to see that top hose. And then back down below, there's a bottom hose. You want to cut the bottom hose. Okay, and then I cut out that much of the hose to give it enough room for the fitting to be in there. Bada bing, bada boom. I cut it a little smaller than the body of the fitting. I just didn't want to have too much a bend in there and then it block off because the hose was bent too far. And instead of draining the coolant, ladies and gentlemen, I took 2 vice grips and clamped the hose, and I still didn't get very much out. Just what's on it right there is what came out. Of course, my truck's been sitting all night, and I have not started it yet on purpose. I waited to do this till the morning so that I wouldn't be trying to do it with a hot truck and have to drain the coolant, because boys and girls, that shit is expensive. I tell you what, that shit is expensive. But anyway, I'm going to install this fitting, tighten it up, and then the other one goes right here, where it's going to go right there. The return line that goes back into the radiator, we're going to do the same thing as we did with the big blue one. I'm going to leave a little bit of room, put it right there, and it'll return to the radiator that way. Okay, so I'll be back in a minute. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got the filter head installed, the hoses are installed, the hoses are cut, the hoses are spliced. everything's together, the hose clamps are on, we are good to go. The only thing we got left to do is to take this fancy Wix 24070 filter. We're going to pre-fill it so that it's not sucking air into the system. It's going to suck a little, but hopefully it'll all make it to the degas bottle. We're going to fill this up, lubricate the sealing surface of the filter with a petroleum-based lubricant. We're going to slam it up there, open the valves, start the truck, let it get to operating temperature. Then we're going to let it cool down, and we're going to check the level of the coolant on the truck. So it's starting to sprinkle. That's why the camera's in here in the garage there pointing out. I am going to pre-fill this real quick and get it slammed up, and then I'll show you the install before I put the air box and everything back in. That way you can get one last look at how we did it, and we'll go from there. Alright, we'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is full of my Xerox 05 coolant, 50/50 coolant. That's what I put in my truck. This Xerox 05 G05. I'm not sure if you guys can see that or not. Xerox G05 is the stuff that is a suitable sup for these trucks. It meets all the requirements of the cooling system. You definitely don't want to be screwing around with cooling on these trucks. So this is pre-filled, lubricated. I'm going to go put it on the filter housing, then we'll take the camera, we'll show the final installation, and then I'm going to put the air box and everything back in, and we'll get it started up and check for leaks. Alright, hang tight. Alright, ladies and germs, she is installed. There's our supply line coming from the heater core, going down to the filter, coming back up through the filter to the return line there to the radiator. We're gonna put the air box back in, connect the batteries back up right after I clean that. Glad somebody reminded me. Thank you very much. I'm gonna check the plug on the side of that filter housing just to make sure that it's nice and tight. I would hate to have it start leaking and have to shut it back off just to tighten that back up. I'd rather just check it now. So I'll check that, and we'll get her started. So there's the top. Let's go underneath. Let's have a look at that. Looks all fancy and party underneath there now. There it is, installed. Ran the hoses just like I said I was going to, next to the body hanger, or the body, whatever. And up the side of the wheel well there. And it goes right up. You can kind of see a little bit of the hose right there. I might tie that to something to make sure it doesn't go where I don't want it to go. But that's all the more antifreeze that leaked out of there. I mean, you can't really even see it. There's a little bit right there. Just the initial cut, it had a little bit sitting there. But the vice grip idea worked pretty daggone well. I'm sure I'm going to get a burning antifreeze smell for a little bit as the brakes wear it off. But anyway, there she is installed. We're ready to go, ladies and germs. Valves are open. I'm gonna check this plug over here. Matter of fact, let me go get the tools to do that. I'll check that, and I'll be back with you once we get that checked and ready to start the truck. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is all installed. It is done. I got my high power light up there. I don't know how high power it is. Batteries reconnected and cleaned. Filter box and everything's put back in. I'm ready to go. Let's go start this pig and see what happens. I'm fairly sure it's not going to blow up, but I do have that kind of luck, so it's really hard to get the key in here. Damn it. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Alright. Starting to pump. The old H&S is firing up there. It was a cold night last night. Let's give her one more. One more of those. Alright. leaking all over the place. So I'm gonna have a look here. You're not gonna be able to hear me talking over the sound of the engine, so see what I can do. We're gonna look around and then I'll come back and talk to you. You guys can hear me or not, but that plug was loose. It did need, I probably got about 6-7 turns on it, but it was loose. Something else to note, I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, I can see it in the viewfinder. I put a pencil mark on there. I want to make sure that it sucks some fluid in there. And it looks like it's already moved down a little bit. So, that's a good thing. Maybe just a hair. There ain't much air in them lines, so that's why we pre-fill the filter. Now what I'm going to do, since that's a heater core hose, I'm going to turn the heater on. Not that that changes anything, but oh shit. It totally redid my radio because I disconnected the mother. Anyway, turn that bad boy on full hot. Turn it on. Get it cycling through there. We got about, let's see. It actually zooms in and focuses now, y'all. So it's about 86 degrees right now. It's idled up a little bit because it's kind of chilly out here. It's 55 degrees out here, but yeah, she's set about 75, 86 degrees is what it says. 87. She's warming up. But we'll let it warm up, and then I can go ahead and fix this while we're waiting, by God. But I ain't gonna make you guys sit through it. I'm gonna let her warm up and then check it again. So be back in a minute. Little chicken fried playing, little Zac Brown band. We like that shit. But we're up to 114 degrees. If it was gonna leak, it'd be leaking by now. Went out there and checked. It ain't leaking. It is kind of nice just to sit here and chill in the truck and listen to the radio. And yeah, I think we're done, ladies and gentlemen. Turn this down so y'all can hear my annoying voice instead of the sweet, sweet voice of the Zac Brown band. It installed fairly easy. I mean, there really wasn't nothing to it. I think all total it took me about an hour. So that's the beauty of YouTube. You guys don't have to sit here and wait for me to search for tools and, oh shit, that ain't the socket I need this one. And so it's real quick for y'all. It's about 15-20 minutes for y'all. But yeah, it went in real easy, not leaking. I like the fact that it's got the ball valves down there so that when I go to change that filter, I can change it without draining my cooling system all over me. I just pre-fill the filter again, put it back up, bada bing, bada boom, we are done. So, pretty happy with it. We'll see. Sinister suggests that you change the filter after a month. When you initially install it, change it after a month, then 3 months, then every 6 months, I believe is what I read. I think I'm gonna do it. The filter is it's a $16.99 filter that you can get at O'Reilly's. At least my O'Reilly stocks them. And like I said, they're $16.99. I'm already spending $100 on an oil change. What's another $20? So I think I'm going to do it at every oil change and just make it part of my routine maintenance. And yeah, keep that coolant system clean so that we can keep stuff like this. Right now, my oil temp is 2 degrees under my coolant temp. Of course, it's still warming up. It'll get up to, you know, 196, 197, about 198 with me just sitting here idling. Let me point the camera back at it. But it rises commensurate with the coolant. When the coolant reaches 196, the oil temp keeps going. What I'm trying to do is keep the oil temp low. We want low oil temp. Not stupid low, but we want it low enough to where the oil's doing what it's supposed to be doing. So yeah, I was hauling a Massey Ferguson 42 horse tractor yesterday and it got up to 213, and that's when I said, all right, to hell with it, I'm installing that kit. I'm gonna make time. I'm supposed to be building a shed right now, but I'm gonna make time to make a video and get this sucker installed, because these are too good of trucks, and these are too good of motors to destroy them with something stupid like a clogged oil cooler. So that's why we got her installed today. But yeah, let me flip this around here so you guys can see my ugly mug. Set the camera right there. Oh, it's gonna sit there and bounce. To hell with it. I'll just hold it. Anyway, I think we're done for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, installed real easy. I'm real happy with it. If you watched my unboxing video, I was really happy with the way it was packaged, what came in it, how it came. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, if this video helped you, throw me a like and a subscribe down there at the bottom. You know where to do it. You've been on YouTube before. This ain't your first rodeo. Yeah. Also, I'm gonna put a link to where I bought this off Amazon, I think. If not, I'll put Sinister's link in there. I'll put a link directly to this kit in the description. You might have to click see more to get it, but click to see more, click the link, go get you one of these kits. Sinister's not paying me, Sinister's not sponsoring me, Sinister ain't doing shit for me except for sending me a kit, and that I paid for. So this is it ain't promotion. It's I know what works and I know what doesn't work, and you might be able to get shit cheaper somewhere else, but there's a reason that they're the cost that they are, because it's a good quality kit. And I'm not gonna try to save $20 on a $55,000 truck just to save myself 20 bucks, you know. It's definitely worth paying the extra price and getting the kit and getting it put in right, and getting it, you know, everything right when it comes to something as important as keeping your engine cool. So, till next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Throw me a comment, a like, and a subscribe down there in the bottom. I love talking to you guys. And till the next video, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you later.